What is going on, people? Welcome back to Nioh, and this is my Kunai build. Okay, so we'll start my equipment. I have the Onikiba Kasarigama with killing strike damage, change to attack skill, and attack from behind, plus increased damage with consecutive attacks at A scaling. I have the Atage Sadamune, which is part of the Kingo's set, with agility damage bonus. The other stats are like useless for this build. Warrior of the West bow with agility damage bonus and unlimited ammunition, and a rifle with both of those stats as well. For my armor, I have Kingo's headpiece with thrown weapon damage 22.5%. Now, how do you get this on your gear? You have to inherit thrown weapon damage off a glove piece of armor. However, it has to be an inheritable start. So if you have a glove piece with thrown weapon damage or thrown weapon damage times 2 on it, or you can roll the stat on there using tempering or reforging. I recommend tempering because it's a lot quicker. You need to max the familiarity of the item with the inheritable stat you want, and then soul match that onto the piece of gear that you want the stat on, if that makes sense. Otherwise, you cannot roll thrown weapon damage or thrown weapon damage times 2 on any of your armor pieces except the gloves. Kingo's armor for the chest piece, thrown weapon damage times 2. Why is this important? If a normal shuriken or a kunai does say 3000 points of damage, if you have a times 2 multiplier at 21% probability, 1 in 5 of my kunai will do 6000 damage instead of 3000. So when you're on the high difficulties, this matters tremendously. The Tatanashe Kote, which is part of the God of Warlocks down set, is probably my best piece for this particular build. Thrown weapon damage times 2, plus the shuriken and kunai damage, plus the attack stat 39, which I believe doesn't improve my kunai damage but my weapon damage. Another part of my Kingo set with thrown weapon damage times 2 again, and Tatanashe Tsunade thrown weapon damage 22.9%. When it comes to times 2 multiplier, you only want 100%. Any more and it's kind of a waste, really. Of course, I'm using a Yasekane Magatama, thrown weapon damage times 2, and the set bonus requirement -1. Those are the only good stats that I have from that particular Magatama. And I've got another charm with thrown weapon damage times 2 on it. As far as the shortcut items are, I'm using Weakness Talisman, Shurikens, Shadow Round Talisman, Kunai, Power Pill, Storm Kunai, and Ground Fire. Why am I using Ground Fire? Technically, you don't need Ground Fire for this build. You could switch this for Leechman Talisman to do more damage, but you'd have a harder time against certain bosses, unless you can of course shoot them in the head and make them drop. So I use Ground Fire because I can destroy the stone giants, I can destroy the blobs that Umibozu puts out and the new variant in the DLC, and I can use them very effectively against revenants and human bosses. Now, something to take into consideration with this build: when you're throwing stuff against bosses in particular, do not throw shurikens at them, throw kunai. Why? Because your kunai will do 3 times the damage of a shuriken. Okay, so let's show you my skill customization for my KG. Universal Grapple, Sneak Attack, and Summer Twilight. This is very important. That increases your attack, but also increases the amount of key damage you receive. This is not an issue. Waxing Crescent is my Mystic Art. So let's show my stats as well. These are my spirits. I have Nekomata level 50 for the thrown weapon damage at 17% as my primary. And Aya Komori, probably butchered that, basically the bat, for a secondary for attack from behind 8.5%. Look at my special effects, most notably thrown weapon damage 62.4% plus 297.4%. Yeah, that's 360% thrown weapon damage plus the shuriken and kunai damage on top of that. Yeah, I'm buff, believe that. These are my stats. I'm level 301, 22 body, 40 heart, 29 stamina, 17 strength, 99 skill and dex, 20 magic and 17 spirit, 800 life, 194 key, level 301, agility B grade. However, I can throw numbers around all day. Let's show you practically how to use this build. This is Way of the Demon difficulty, War of the West. Let me show you. Leechman Talisman would give you more damage than this, but you'd have to sacrifice ground fire, and you'd probably, yeah, you wouldn't need any more Omniol magic stat, not at all. Okay, so this is the strat. You can use one or two methods. I'm going to show you the optimized way. So first and foremost, you're going to do Summer Twilight, R1 and circle, while your weapon is sheathed. Then you're going to use Shadow Round. Then you're going to pop a power pill. Next, you're going to turn around and shoot Tachibana Munshigi in the face with a rifle. When he drops, or as he's dropping, run behind him and do Weakness Talisman at him while locked on. Then you're going to throw Kunai at him. Now watch the damage. So R1 circle, Shadow Round, Power Pill, turn around, pop in the face, lock on, Kunai, get wrecked. That's Way of the Demon difficulty. And that was 26,000 plus damage in the back. Such skill, indeed. We'll show you the other way. With the ground fire. Really quickly. I've used this to go through pretty much all Way of the... all Way of the Demon. And I've used it for about 30% of Way of the Wise. I've done about 32% of Way of the Wise difficulty. So let's do exactly the same map, but with the different strategy for you. So we'll go back in. It's a very powerful build. But there's builds that are stronger than this, in my opinion. Okay, we'll do exactly the same thing. However, we'll do a different technique. So, this time, he's going to buff up. We know this. So, I'm going to buff up myself. Power Pill. Talisman him. Then put down a ground fire. Okay, so R1 circle. Shadow Round, Power Pill, drop a bomb, weakness him, he gets hit from the bomb. See, that technique doesn't work as well. You see that? It's like he gets out of it, but it does work, but it's not better than the other way. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe and all that crap. And I'll see you next time. Peace.